unstoppable, do the impossible. I'm irresponsible, yet I'm phenomenal. I got an arsenal, I'm dropping bombs, you know. No, I'm not stopping, no. Conquer the opposite. To the top, here I go, think I'm chosen to be the king of rock. Think the people are spoken. I can hear the tick tock of the clock. I'm in motion, so now I'm gonna pop, causing all this commotion. Yeah. Sometimes I think that I'm unstoppable. Yeah. Ready to go, man, lock and low. That's right. I swear to God that I can drop and go. Yeah. I got a shot and I ain't stopping, no. That's how I know that I'm unstoppable. That's how I know that I'm unstoppable.
I'm gonna get together with the house, guys.
I don't care what they all say. I'ma do this thing my way. Been grinding hard on it all day. We work hard, then we all play. I'm addicted to the grind, man. So I refuse to waste time, man. One day it all will be fine, man. Gotta commit to the grind, man. I'm back with the Guinness, setting records every minute, every track, in addiction to the fact, never winning, still we back. Something's missing, need a track that is sitting, making racks, making millions, rap, that's the mission. I don't waste time, though I make time. All these people wanna hate mine, I'ma make mine. While you sitting there complaining, I'll be training. While you sitting there just waiting, I'm creating. Yeah. Sometimes I think that I'm unstoppable. Yeah. Ready to go, man, lock and low. That's right. I swear to God that I can drop and go. Yeah. I got a shot and I ain't stopping, no. That's how I know that I'm unstoppable. That's how I know that I'm unstoppable.
First, it was Graham Plattner's problems with women.
And now, Troy Jackson.
According to a police report, Troy Jackson kicked down a door, punched a man in the face, and pushed his ex-girlfriend.
Maine deserves better than Troy Jackson.
What's wrong? I should use Nam Ishi with a leg razor.
You need the Venus pubic razor too. It's designed for thicker hair and thinner skin. Its anti-irritation barrier helps safeguard your skin from ingrowns and bumps. A better pubic shape.
That alone should tell you they're way behind the times. That's sad. It's really
logs with over 20 milligrams will face 15 years imprisonment. Individuals convicted of over 40 milligrams of possession will face a life sentence. Shakow joins with Dan Mazier, another one of our MPs, to ensure that safe injection sites cannot be placed within 500 meters of an elementary or secondary school, a daycare center, or a playground. I can't believe we even have to pass a law to say this. Why would would the Liberal government even consider allowing drug consumption sites next to playgrounds, secondary schools, and elementary schools? This is outrageous. In fact, I will make a commitment that I will not be approving any
What about the ice cream
drug
shops?
consumption
Can they be
sites
near
as Prime
ice cream
Minister of
shops?
Canada.
Because don't
We will
kids
not
go to
allow
ice
these to
cream
go
shops
ahead.
too? What
We
about the
don't want
malls?
drug
Because they go to the
consumption,
malls
we
too,
want drug
right?
treatment.
What a bunch of shit, huh? Fucking
So our mission
drug
again is fewer
injection
drugs on our
centers. Are you
streets, fewer
fucking
victims
kidding me?
in our communities, and more people getting a chance to turn their lives around. We want to replace
Well, it's
helplessness
better
with
than
hope,
legalizing
danger,
marijuana.
safety, and we want to restore
They
the
have
promise
some
of this
places
country
up
that
there.
anyone
I
from
think
anywhere
the
can achieve it.
reservations
No
and
matter
stuff,
how
it's
low
legal,
you
right?
fall, there's always hope of getting back up on your feet and doing as Kelly did, which is to climb to the mountaintop to inspire others. And my message to anyone who's addicted is this:
Some will call it cannabis.
We need you. We need you. I
Cannabis
went
is
into a
legal
treatment
everywhere in
center
Canada.
Windsor, and I
Under
said
the
to
Federal
the men
Justice
there,
Canada
I'm
Cannabis
not
Act.
here to offer my
Everywhere in
help.
Canada.
I need
So
you
it's
to
not
help
just on
me.
the
I've got a project
reservations.
for you. You need to get better. And then you need to go out on the street and grab
As of what
a brother
year?
or sister and bring them in here and get them better. And then they're going to go out onto the street and grab another one. And we're going to keep doing that until we defeat this crisis and every one of our brothers and sisters sees their lives turned around in a hopeful and bright
question.
future
I
for
don't know.
Canada. Thank you very much.
Because I know here
Any
it's kind of
questions,
been
anybody?
progressive. Here in Maine, it was
Thank you.
legalized in
Other questions?
2014.
From reporters?
Right, and in prior years, it had been legalized through prescription, but in different forms, like Marinol.
Yeah.
They had the gel capsules. There was a
Yes,
few
good
that
to
had
see you.
gotten the joints sent out to them, and then they kind of stopped that for some reason. I mean, they don't like how it proves, and it kind of hurts other businesses. Yeah. Pretty scary
Yes, thank you
stuff when
very
you
much,
think about it.
Louise. We, in our election platform, we have a costed plan to fund 50,000 treatment beds right across the country. And I have to look at the exact per patient cost level. I think it is in the neighborhood of about $15,000 or $20,000 per patient. You're right, it is not cheap.
So it was
That
October
said,
17th,
the first thing I want to say is we have a different
2018.
funding model completely. The funding model I want to use is that we will only pay organizations that succeed in getting people off drugs. So, what we don't want to do is see the same interest groups that have caused this problem and who have profited off of its worsening to simply change the name on the door from a safe supply to treatment and then get the money. So we will only fund organizations
Interesting.
that have a track record
So
of getting people off
Canada
drugs.
legalized
And then
recreational
future
cannabis
funding will be
nationwide
based
on
follow-up
October 17th,
solicitations
2018.
to see if they are
Well, I know I was there in
going to be
2017
the treatment center,
and 2018 as well, but I got there
drug-free.
in 2017, yeah. Yeah, remember we were trying to get our daughter to a doctor. Yeah, a lot of fuckery going on around here with those middle meddlers and yeah, you know, a lot of the shit that was going on with misuse and abuse. Very scary stuff going on, huh? It's amazing. It's actually very amazing. We're still alive and we're able to help you understand these things. We appreciate you very much. Well, you know, you can thank us for that. I don't know if it's us helping you to understand that, but for us to be able to do that is a collaborative effort of so many things. And for you to even be in that position and be open and able to understand it. All right, again, another collaboration and awareness of smedducation and experiences. Right, so October 17th, 2018, it was legalized nationwide, but when I was there in 2017, you could buy it on the reservations and stuff legally. So I don't know what the full legal stipulations and all that were. So it might have been just on the reservations, if that's what you were referring to. So you didn't know they legalized it nationwide in October of 2018? Well, that's what this says.
I'm very concerned about the deindustrialization of
Prior medical laws, like medical cannabis, it had already been legal nationwide in Canada since 2001. So that was the medical cannabis we were just talking about, right? There's Marinol, which came in a gel capsule form. I tried that stuff. There was also, yeah, they'd mail people the canisters of joints.
is supposed to compete against an American company when only our guy pays the tariff. I don't know how it's going to work.
Yeah, you can have up to 4 plants for personal use and 30 grams of dried cannabis.
Deindustrialization of our economy.
You can, yeah, that's in public.
Accepts one side
Right, so you, and at your home you can have more, but if they catch you driving around or walking around with more than 30 grams, nah, not okay. That's a little bit more than personal consumption and going from point A to point B. There's no reason for you to be driving around with that amount on you unless, yeah, so that's frowned upon. Oh, that's interesting. You stop it. See how when people don't know me though, they take it seriously. Heinz Skit Velvet.
Je m'inquiète que ça va causer la
Merci, bébé.
désindustrialisation de notre pays. Que les entreprises vont quitter le pays en masse pour éviter de payer le tarif au sud de la frontière. Et ça va nous coûter les emplois et l'autonomie de notre économie.
Ça fout toi la nature.
Promis un bon entente sans tarif.
Did I say it right? Afutwa la nachu? Afutwa la nachu. Did I say it right?
Has suggested that Jamil Giovanni has played an important role in the trade negotiations. Were you aware of Giovanni's efforts?
It's interesting too when you start to kind of piece all that together. I know many are very caught up in like their whole lives are completely engulfed and entrenched with whatever women's rights, veterans, cannabis, breast milk, get the care and the non-vaxxer, the bully, their YouTube channel, building a business. You gotta get those shoes, don't you?
Biggest and most lucrative market anywhere on earth.
What a smart idea.
All the time we have for
great.
questions. Excellent. Thanks very much, everyone. Good to see you.
Do you have a Gimbel's basement section?
You're gonna. Oh yes, we now invite Todd Doherty.
I can't even afford the Gimbel's basement. I can't.
Did Israel just draw a military
And I'm totally
red
okay
line
with that. I
against
think it's
Turkey
hilarious.
inside Syria? And how close are two of the region's strongest militaries to testing this red line again? On August 18th, Israeli aircraft struck the Abu el-Dahu air base in northwestern Syria. At least 8 bombs hit runways and hangars.
But I really like these
hours
sandals.
after a Turkish military
Did you see the
delegation
sandals
has
I got?
visited the base to inspect the rehabilitation ward. No casualties were reported. Israel says that Damascus was about to violate a security status quo by allowing Turkish troops to deploy there. Turkey rejects that claim, and the United States envoy for Syria called the strike
got some
an
sandals.
unnecessary escalation.
I like these.
Iranian planners may also be looking beyond the Middle
They're
East.
Adidas.
According to Financial
They're like
Times
leopard
reporting
green.
sightings, people
I got
close
them
to the
at,
regime, Iranian forces
Kohl's. I
have
got them at Kohl's.
assessed possible U.S. military targets in Bulgaria
You
and
like 'em?
Cyprus, along with
They were on
undersea
clearance.
fiber optic cables near Hormuz if Washington launches another major offensive. So these are contingency options,
Yeah, you gotta do
not
10 on
attacks
each
that have been
side.
ordered. And in the Gulf, the United Arab Emirates says that 2 ballistic missiles launched from Iran were aimed towards the maritime traffic.
With your arms out.
Tehran denies responsibility.
That's a little
Abu
bit-
Dhabi responded by suspending the trade and the financial transactions with Iran. And in the Gaza
I'm
Strip,
working on my balance.
the week's dramatic disarmament diplomacy is colliding with new military action that is taking place. Israeli strikes continued after United States negotiations pressed for progress. And Israeli troops
Can it time
reportedly
how
crossed
fast
the
my eyes
ceasefire
go in a
lines to
circle?
detain
Can
a
we
Hamas
test who can
police
do the
colonel.
fastest eye circles?
I'm Yair Pinto, joined by Mati Shoshani, and this
You
is
have to
Boots on the
hit
Ground.
each corner
We bring
point
you
though,
the
no
whole truth
cheating. You
about what's
can't be
happening in
skipping.
Israel
You have to hit
and the
all
truth
4
about what's
corners.
happening in our neighborhood, the
You
Middle
can't
East.
cheat.
At the beginning
doesn't
of
let
this
you
week,
cheat.
the
That's the cool
central
part.
question was whether pressure would force Iran towards a deal. The 60-day negotiations window has now expired without the final agreement. But the American military posture is not shrinking.
And I
The
started
USS George
adding the red
Washington
part.
is moving towards the Middle East to relieve the USS Abraham Lincoln after
on
a
my first
deployment
row.
of more than 250 days.
You like it?
Washington is
Thank
rotating
you.
the forces, not removing them. Iranian planning suggests a strategy of widening the number of places that the United States and its partners must defend.
Yeah, and then I'm going to put the taupe
That
on
is
the
why
other
the
side.
reports about southeastern Europe
Recording will
matters.
stop soon.
A strike on
Running
an
out of
American
space.
military asset in Europe would create a completely different strategic problem
Yeah, it is really
than
nice
another
out.
drone attack in the Gulf. Even discussing undersea communications cables shows the same logic. Create pressure where the damage is difficult to contain. Syria now presents Israel with another version of that problem. Abu el-Dahur is roughly 45 miles from the Turkish border.
What does it mean, though?
Turkey
What
has
does
been
it
helping
mean?
rebuild
It
parts of
depends.
Syria's military. And Israel is
I guess it really
concerned
depends
that
on
a
what you're
Turkish
looking
military
for.
footprint there could restrict Israeli freedom of action over Syria. That is especially sensitive because Israeli operations over Syria are central to its wider regional air campaign. The important distinction,
The covenant
and that's
and the
very
kingdom.
important, is that Turkey is not
Book
an Iranian proxy.
2.2.
It is a major regional military power and
why you
also
picked
a
it?
NATO member. Israel can strike a runway or destroy a radar system. The harder
Page
challenge
62.
is preventing a tactical operation from turning into a direct confrontation with Ankara. Lebanon and Gaza show why the diplomatic language
Page
of
60, I'm gonna
demilitarization
start on
is much
60.
easier than the military reality.
That was really good for
Earlier in the
you.
week,
Nice
Hezbollah
request. Oh, that's a good one. Yahweh then came and stood by, calling as he had done before, Samuel, Samuel. Samuel answered, Speak, Yahweh, your servant is listening. Then Yahweh said to Samuel, I am about to do such a thing in Israel as will make the ears of all who hear it ring. Oh, that day I will carry out against Eli everything I have spoken about his house, from beginning to end. You are to tell him that I condemn his house forever, because he has known that his sons have been cursing God, yet he has not corrected them. Therefore I swear it to the house of Eli, neither sacrifice nor offering shall ever expiate the guilt of the house of Eli. Shall ever expiate. Soon all the people knew that there was a prophet in the land, and the capture of the sacred ark by the Philistines were the death of Eli's sons in the battle. And Alexa, Volume 1, death of Eli's sons in the battle, and of Eli when he heard the news, confirmed Samuel's position. So runs the anti-royalist account, and I, Samuel 7-8 and 12, give us a picture of the adult Samuel defeating the Philistines and ruling all the northern section of the country, traveling in circuit to hear the more difficult legal cases and to preside at the sacrifice at the main shrines. There need never have been any question of a king, it seems, but for the unworthiness of Samuel's sons.
But his sons did not follow his ways. They wanted money, taking bribes, and perverting justice. Then all the elders of Israel gathered together and came to Samuel and Ramah. Look, they said to him, "You are old, and your sons do not follow your ways. So give us a king to rule over us, like the other nations." Yahweh said to Samuel, "Obey the voice of the people in all that they say to you, for it is not you they have rejected. They have rejected me from ruling over them. All they have done to me from the day I brought them out of Egypt until now, they deserted me and served other gods. They are doing now this to you. Well then, obey their voice. Only you must warn them solemnly and instruct them in the rights of the king who is to reign over them." So Samuel duly gave way to the people.
You see how it's serving the truth and justice and what's right, not an individual. So Samuel duly gave way to the people. Warn them of the foolishness of their request. You will cry out on account of the king you have chosen for yourselves, but on that day God will not answer you. Samuel 8:18. And then himself chose Saul by casting the sacred lots amongst all the tribes of Israel. Samuel's exit from the scene occupies the whole of 1 Samuel 12. It has all the flavor of the bitter old man of the family who has suddenly discovered that the children have grown up. But there is another point of view, another strand, and forsaken him, But not all of them. And then when you forsake the one who didn't forsake you, it's hard to come to grips with that. Especially when there's still a fire burning due to that. It ain't anybody's fault. Who's more of a wrongdoer in that situation? Right, we tried to tell them that back 2009 and 10, when their own daughters and sons, druggies and pieces of shit, took advantage of them, and we're teaching them lessons. And then instead of heeding to the warning and stopping that bullshit and addressing the facts and concerns with the vaccines and the overprescribing of SSRIs, they pushed the SSRIs more onto people. They deemed people crazy and schizophrenic and vaccinated their children behind their backs and put them in the hands of sick, murderous child abusers. That motherfucker beat up his own kid in the tub and put black hand marks and scars on his neck. Is that okay? Was it just a whack? Did the little brat fucking deserve it, you goddamn cunts? The proper authority